Um, I wrote this to maybe help some people understand better as to why we are protesting and why we are out in the streets rioting and why we are angry. And it's about me, but it's not just about me. This is about all black people. And I know that I face a slither of the struggles that other black people face, because I have a certain level of privilege myself. But I wanted to speak because I need to speak, and I don't speak often enough. This isn't particularly poetic or deep, but it's something. Yeah. I don't know where to start, so let's just go and see where we end up. I've been sat here for a few days processing. Sometimes we need time. That's okay. But something's been in the air for a while, and I know you felt it too. Like an old telephone, someone's been slowly cranking up the dial, and it's time for me to speak to you. It won't be a fun call. It won't be a nice call, but it's a call we need to have. And let me give you a heads up, I'm angry. I've been angry for a few years too many. We have been angry for a few years too many because too many brothers and sisters we've had to bury. You wonder why I nod when I see a black man in the street? It's because of solidarity. He feels the pain that you cannot see. We band together because we were put there. And for years we have kept our mouths silent, and it is a shame because there are screams echoing across the ancestral plane, and they have been begging us to open our mouths with our big lips and our dancing hips and our afro hair. Our black skin needs to be freed because for too long we have been trapped in invisible chains. A system that is racist against people we call BAME. And no, you cannot compare our struggles because they are not the same. And yes, I know you don't like it when I say white privilege, but you do not know our pain. Because the world you live in and the world I live in are very different. When I see myself reflected in the media, I see murderers, crooks, thieves, and drug dealers. I don't see myself reflected in the media. I do see white people controlling the media. I don't see my people winning. I do see white people winning. I do hear white people saying nigger, and I do see cops pull the trigger on people who look like me. Why? Why are you so afraid to acknowledge this? And why have I been so afraid to speak up? I know people who will say, my friend gave me an N-word pass. Do you know why they gave you that pass? They gave you that pass because they are scared, not because you're friends, because they are scared that you will socially reject them if they do not accommodate your racism. I have been accommodating for too many years. We have been accommodating for too many years. We are not a hotel. We accommodate because we live in fear. Another angry black man. That's exactly what I am. And let me tell you why I'm angry. I'm angry because I got told I had to curb my accent because I act white. And while we're here, let's talk about words. You do not realise the damage that yours do. Trying to drag us down to dreams you believe that we are worthy to pursue. You've only gotten that because you're black. Oh, well, that's only because of diversity. Let me tell you this out of courtesy. Things like this make black people lose their sense of worth because we do not believe that we deserve our achievements. You make us feel fraudulent. You make us feel like cheats for wanting the same thing as you. You treat us like animals in a zoo. You always got to stare. Is it too much to ask to not have people stare at me in the street? The stares are suffocating. We can't breathe. For George Floyd and every other black person brutalised or murdered by the police, we shall stand united, not divided. It breaks my heart that this has come at the cost of another life, for our strife to be recognised, but it shall not be in vain, because for the first time in my life, I am beginning to see change. George Floyd's life will be the spark that ignites the light that shines on a new dawn where we will walk this earth as equals and not the slaves to ancestral colonial people. Well, racism doesn't exist anymore. It isn't as prominent as it used to be. Oh, you've got equal rights. Just because you haven't said you want to hang me from a fucking tree does not mean that it's disappeared. Do not say it doesn't exist because you're going to twist me into a man that I don't want to be. It's the weird leers I get when I walk down the beach. It's the tempers that I have to screech to a halt when I get called you fucking black cunt in a bar. Do you know how patient I have to be? How do we change this? Speak up. Speak up when we are not around. When your friend wants to be the class clown and drop the word nigger into a sentence, remember the penance that we have to pay for your ignorance. Will you speak up? Will you speak up? Because this is not just America's problem. This is not just the UK's problem. This is humanity's problem. This is a human problem. And if you felt like I've attacked you when I've been saying these words, then you've probably attacked me.